Hello everyone and welcome to this how to play video for Rudiments. Rudiments is an in-hand card game for one player. It takes about 15 to 30 minutes to play. Now you'll see here it is referred to as a solitaire sticking game. What does that even mean? Well, in this game you are an aspiring young drummer. You hope to join the school drumline. Now, drumline music often requires the drummer to play certain notes with certain sticks. The stick in your left hand or the stick in your right hand. So this is called sticking. And there are a lot of different standard sticking patterns or sequences that are used either in the music or just for practicing. These sequences are known as rudiments. They help the drummer to learn the basics of drumming. So as an example, here is one of the rudiments you might encounter in the game. We have the paradiddle, and it has a sticking sequence of R, L, R, R, L, R, L, L. R's are rights, L's are lefts, and also the R's are the red cards in the game, the L's are the black cards in the game. Now, if you started with your left hand stick, left stick could be L, R, L, L, R, L, R, R. So that's what we're going to be doing, is learning these rudiments to hopefully join that school drumline. All right, this card here, the music stand, is going to give us a quick summary of what we're going to be doing here. So we start the game with 3 practice sessions, and each session is going to focus on one different rudiment. After that, we are going to audition by playing all 3 of those rudiments one time each. If we can make it through all of that, we will win the game. But if we ever run out of cards in our deck during a practice session or the audition, it's game over. All right, so before we get to learning the rules, I want to take make a couple quick notes on the components for this game. So first, this game was designed to be entirely playable using a traditional deck of cards. But for this video, I'm going to demonstrate using this custom deck that you can find in the print and play files. I just love the way it looks, kind of adds to the theme a little bit, and it has a couple slight advantages over the traditional deck. But if you want to use a normal deck of cards, the rules outline just how you can do that. Second thing I want to note is that this game is designed to be played in hand, meaning you never need to set anything down. You could theoretically play this anywhere you want. Now, the rules cover that as well, but for anyone who might find holding that many cards uncomfortable, if you have a table or a couch or something you can set some of the cards down on, I'm going to demonstrate the mostly in-hand option. Okie dokie, let us learn how to play. So, to set up the game, you need 3 rudiments. So this game comes with a number of different rudiments as options. You need to pick 3 randomly or just whichever ones you want. So I am going to start with these 3 here. We have the open roll, the inverted paradiddle, and the Rudiments. So you need to lay these face up somewhere where you can easily see them. And next we get our number cards. And we should give them a good shuffle. So I'll give them a quick shuffle here. After shuffling, you're going to want to check that the deck is literally not stacked against you. So I just kind of breeze through it and make sure that there aren't too many cards of the same color bunched together. If there is 5 or more black or red cards right in a row, I'd say give it a reshuffle. As it is, we look okay for now. So lastly, grab your practice pad. Anyone who did percussion in school will remember these things. You put it behind your number cards at the back of the deck with all the cards face up. This is the back side of the card. And you're ready to play. So like I said before, the game begins with 3 practice sessions, each focusing on one rudiment. So first you need to pick which rudiment we're going to focus on. So you're allowed to look through the deck as much as you want to make that decision, try and inform yourself what's coming ahead. So in this example, just looking at the beginning of the deck, I think I'm going to start with, we're going to start with the open roll. So you can kind of move that one into a more prominent position so you remember which one we're focusing on. And we're ready to go. So the goal of the practice session is to recreate this sequence here. An open roll is RRLLRRLL or LLRRLLRR. So, and we're recreating that at the very top of the deck, the first 8 cards. So to do that, we have 2 actions that we can do as many times as we want. So let's take a look at these. The first action we can do is to remove a card. We simply pull a card anywhere out of the deck, and you flip it over to its backside, and you move it to the back of the deck behind that practice pad. I'm not going to do that yet. So that's your first option. Pretty easy. The second option is to move a card. So you have remove and you have remove. Or sorry, remove and move. When you move a card, you can't just move cards around willy-nilly. There's a few restrictions with this action. So the first restriction is you're always moving cards forward in the deck or towards the top. That means you can, the very top card of the deck can't actually move, right? Second restriction is you can only move one of the first 12 cards of the deck. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can only move any of these cards here. You can look as far as you want, and you can always, if you wanted to move a card that's behind the 12th card, you can always remove cards until it's within that range, but not until then. So no digging from the back to bring forward the perfect card. The last restriction is the place the card moves to must be behind a card that's greater or equal to the card that's moving. So that's kind of a mouthful, but what do I mean here is if I'm moving this 2, I could move it behind the 3 because the 3 is greater than or equal to it. I couldn't move a 2 behind a 1 because 1 is less than. Or again, I couldn't move this 3 here. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at the wrong numbers here. I couldn't move this 3 in front of the 1. I couldn't move a 5 in behind the 6. I keep saying in front, but I mean behind. You'll get a feel for what I mean by that as we go. So let's kind of just get started. I am going to try and create this open roll. So you see I already have RRLL going back. I need RRLL again, and I'm close. I have RLLR. If I could move this 3 to this position here, that'd be perfect. But remember, the place I move the 3 to has to be less than or equal to the card that is going behind, this 1. Well, as it happens, there's a 3 on the other side of the 1, and I don't care which order that is. So if I move this 3 here, when you move a card, you flip it over and insert it into that place. So it's equal to 3, so that's okay. So right now we have RRLL, RRLL, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. So that is exactly our sequence here. Once you complete a sequence, which we have done, the whole thing goes to the back of the deck behind that practice pad right there. Now, it's not enough to just practice a sequence once. So you'll look at each card, each rudiment card, and for practicing, there's a certain requirement on how many times you do that. So I have to practice it at least 2 times, and then I could be done. If I want to go the extra mile and master the open roll, I have to do it 3 times total. So I have to go at least once more. Let's see what we got. RRLL, RRLL. Well, It's not exactly in line here. So what can I do? I think I'm going to move this 4 forward. And so you take it, you flip it to its backside, and I'll put it right here behind the 5. So I'm starting to get close. Now I'm going to move this 1 forward and put it behind this 8. So now I got left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right here. So I could take that. I would have to remove this card by turning it over and move it to the back. Or I could try and get it right in front of the 5 here, or behind the 5. I think I'm just going to remove the 5, put it in the back, and let's make sure we got it here. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. So that is the open roll sequence again, and so that goes to the back of the deck. Now, like I said, that's completed our requirements for practicing. Now we could master if we want, and so to do that, I'm just going to kind of peek ahead and see if that would be easy or not. I am going to say let's skip the mastery on that one. That might be challenging. So once you are done, once you've either practiced or finished mastery on a rudiment, what you do is you can just set that practice pad off to the side for now. These will kind of re-enter the deck in the back of the deck, and anything that was flipped over previously, we're going to create a discard pile for. So just look and find all the flipped over cards, and those go into the discard pile. And they're mostly going to stay there. So the more actions you take that are going to flip over more cards, the more cards you're losing and running out of time in your deck. All right, so you've got rid of all the flipped over cards, put the practice pad back at the back again, and now to show that we've practiced the open roll, we're going to rotate it, and you'll see it's been practiced. We kind of mark that off. If we had mastered it and done a third sequence, we flip it over right here, shows that we've mastered, and we also earn a mastery bonus ability, which gives us special ways to manipulate the deck and make things easier on ourselves. All right, so we didn't master it. I'm going to mark that we practiced it. All right, that was practice session 1. On to practice session 2 and 3. And for the sake of time, I'm going to skip those and just pretend we did inverted paradiddle and Rudiments. Same rules for those, just make the sequence. Inverted paradiddle, you'll see that's another 8-note one, so you're going to have to practice twice, 3 times for mastery. Rudiments is actually a 6-note sequence, so you have to practice it 3 times, 4 for mastery. So let's pretend I practiced both of those, and maybe let's say I mastered Rudiments here. Just pretend I was awesome and did that. And just for argument's sake, let's say I lost a bunch of cards in the process to my discard pile. I don't even know how many that was. So 3 practice sessions are done. Let's move on to the audition. Now, before the audition starts, all your hard work starts paying off that you did in practice, and you get some audition prep. And so the number of sequences you did between all 3 is going to earn you a card back from the discard pile. So I had to do open roll twice for practice, inverted paradiddle twice for practice, and I actually did Rudiments 4 times for mastery. So 2 plus 2 plus 4, I earn 8 cards back from the discard pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you take those 8 cards, flip them back over, and add them to the top of your deck. Now, audition time, you need to make all 3 of these one time each through the deck. And you'll notice my little ability here is when moving cards from the Rudiments, there are no numerical restrictions, so it doesn't matter if the card is greater than, equal to, or less than. So let's just see how I do quick once through the audition, and I'll demonstrate that for you. Okay, so which one of these looks like it's going to match my my card the best here? Well, if you notice, Rudiments is left, left, right, left, right, left, which I already have in place here. Left, left, right, left, right, left. Sometimes you get lucky like that. So I'm going to call that my Rudiments. That goes the back. Next, so Rudiments done. We got to do inverted paradiddle or open roll. Let's see. All right, so this is actually pretty nice. I'm going to move this 3 forward 1 spot. When you move it, you flip it like that. Oh, I guess that's the first part of inverted paradiddle. Left, right, right, left. Then I need right, left, left, right. So if this 6 was a black card, then that would have been great, but it's not. I'm going to move this 5 right there, and I'm going to remove one of these red cards, send it to the back. So let's take a look there. Left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right. So that is the inverted paradiddle. So that moves, that's a completed sequence, moves to the back. And then last but not least is the open roll. And, if I had a red right here, that would be ideal. Let's remove this 8, send it to the back. And again, so here's a red, some high number reds. My special ability says I don't care what number they are, so they are moving, even though normally this would be illegal to move a 7 behind a 1. But that's what happens when you practice hard. Okay, so there's my open roll. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Goes to the back. And we did it before we got to the practice pad, although we got kind of close. And that means we completed the audition and we won the game. Although I cheated because I skipped 2 for demonstration purposes. All right, so that is the full game. We won. If you would like to score, you can. And how that works is you take the number of cards, you score a point for each of them that is still face up in your deck. You score 5 extra points if you do the hard mode, which is the honors drum corps. And I didn't explain that, but the hard mode, when you recover a bunch of cards during audition prep, you actually recover half of them. So you have significantly less to work with there. But I didn't do that, so I wouldn't get those 5 points. 5 points if you made it to the audition, which we did. 10 points if you completed and won. So we got 10 plus 5 plus, let's just kind of for fun's sake, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 face up. 24 plus 15, that would give me 39 points if you care about scoring. If not, that's fine. We definitely won. No cheating involved there. Thank you very much. And so that is how to play Rudiments. And just a quick note, it was developed for the 2024 in-hand print and play design contest on Board Game Geek. So go check out the other games in that contest. There's some great ones, but that is Rudiments. Thank you for watching. Bye.